I bring people back to the essence of their soul, back to who they really are underneath any facades, any masks, any conditioned belief systems that they're living with, all the fears. Underneath that is a person's true, authentic self. You could live in the most beautiful home, you could have millions of dollars, you could have the most gorgeous partner, but if you don't feel free inside, none of it is worth anything. We all live with stories, and we've created these stories from when we were kids. Stories of, I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable, there'll never be enough. And we carry these stories throughout our whole life. And quite often, we then go through a breakdown or a process of being broken open. So what I do, and the work that I do with my clients, is I help them to take a look at the stories that they're living with, the stories that keep them in pain, the stories that keep them stuck, the stories that keep them stressed. And then I bring them into their truth. When they feel the truth, it's not me telling them their truth, but I guide them into their truth. And when they find that, it sets them free so they can start living from their authentic self. For me, writing is a huge part of the healing process. And it's not just venting, because that's what I did for many years. I vented in my journal, I complained and I grumbled in my journal, and that didn't really get me anywhere other than, okay, now I know what I'm grumbling about and complaining about. I was living in all kinds of illusions. I was living this big facade, and inside was a whole different story. For me, the writing took a different shape, and it was having conversations with God, having conversations with Spirit through my writing. And that's when I started really tuning into the wisdom. The next step was, okay, Sandy, are you now going to live according to the messages that you're getting? And that took a long time because I was pretty stubborn, and I still, my ego was still very strongly there. And my breaking open came when my infant daughter passed. That was a breaking open that I did not know how I was ever going to get through that. In my brokenness, I found a connection to my soul. It was a connection to God or Source. You start to take a look at life differently, not as a victim, but as, wow, there's something inside of me that can be with this and that can move through it. I call it an inner GPS. It's an inner guide. Now I call her Inner Braveheart. And I believe that is inside each and every one of us. I know a lot of people are walking around and they're alive because they're walking around in their body, but they're feeling dead inside. And I don't want anyone to feel that way. I want people to really tune into that part that's alive and it's been waiting for them to wake up to it. When you find your inner brave heart, you're really finding the most creative, most alive part of you. And then you don't feel imprisoned by circumstances any longer. You don't feel imprisoned by any other human being. You are free to be who you are. I know my role in the world now is to help people find their own inner brave heart, because that brave heart is powerful and it's passionate and it's confident and it's strong and it's wise and it's courageous. And I believe that's what this world needs more.